Good morning. Today, I would like to share with you a small topic about the work environment. When we need to quit a job and find another job. To be honest, in our life, we usually have some opportunity to get a better job. So, not many people take advantage of this opportunity to develop their career, right? Basically, all of us work for money, we work for living. That is duty for everybody because we need money to feed ourselves, our family. We need money to live. So we usually think carefully before we quit a job and find another job because when we quit a job, it means we don't earn money, right? So sometimes we need to think about quitting a job and find another job. This is my perspective about this problem. There are some cases we need to think about quitting a job. Firstly, when we don't feel happy, we usually feel unhappy, feel exhausted, feel dreadful when we work for a company, when we have a job, and your job usually gives you unhappiness, right? And you something you feel exhausted after a working day. It means it's time for you to think carefully about whether the job is suitable for you or not. And if this usually brings you unhappiness, you usually feel trouble, feel unhappy, and exhausted for a long time when you have this job. This is the golden time for you to think carefully about quitting a job and find another job. It's my opinion. Secondly, when you work for a company, when you work for a boss, you don't see a clear path. You don't see a clear career path in your life. You don't see yourself a better version in the future. You don't see your future when you work for the company. You don't see a better future when you work for the boss. That is the when you need to think carefully about you should quit a job or not. Some people they have big experience, they have a good experience, of course, they have a good knowledge, they have a good skill, and of course they are very hardworking. So they usually worry that if they quit a job, they couldn't find another job and they lost a job, they lost money. So honestly, they miss a lot of opportunity, they miss a lot of chance to get more money, get a better job in another company, to be honest. So when you see yourself couldn't be a better version in the future, if you don't see a career path in your future, you need to think about whether you should quit a job or not. That is a big question you need to answer, right? Another thing I would like to share with you, sometimes you worry about the future, you worry about if you quit a job, you don't have opportunity to get another job, right? That is obvious for everybody because right now the labor market is very competitive. It's not easy for us to find a job right now, especially a well-paid job, a good job, suitable job, right? So if you don't dare to face the difficulty, challenging in the life to get a better job when you have good knowledge, if you have a good skill, more importantly, you are hardworking, honestly, you lost a lot of opportunity. And another example I would like to give you, when you see yourself don't have a chance to get promoted in a company, for example, in your company, you are staff and your manager is young, so it's very difficult for you to to part him to get promoted. It's very hard for you to become the manager in the department. And why you don't give you an opportunity to get promoted in another company? That is a question, right? And yesterday, I would like to give you some conditions you need to prepare before you decide to quit a job and find another job. And today, I give you some idea about when we need to quit a job and find another job. Honestly, everything we decide become challenging, right? So if we can overcome the challenging, the difficulty to be a better version, become stronger in the future, I think we need to do, right? This is something I would like to share with you today, and I hope my sharing is a little bit valuable for you. And then I would like you to think carefully before you make decision about whether you should quit a job or not. It's very important, it's very necessary for you. And goodbye and see you on the next time. Thank you for listening to my sharing. Thank you for following my channel. Goodbye and see you on the next time.